Cost cutting is the key to companies making money in 2019 and beyond. Today's report on Citibank is such an example. They earned more money than expected because of using technology to simplify their systems. Citibank has a long history of doing that before it got acquired, and now it's back to what it was. John Reed, back in the day, created ATMs, and that, of course, simplified banking enormously for consumers and for everybody else. So today, Citibank returned to its roots, so to speak, and delivered. And, of course, kudos go to the board of directors who have directed this activity. That's no small thing. And it's rather like the dog not barking. The board isn't being criticized because they are doing the right thing. And streamlining is a very important part. The next report tomorrow will be the Bank of America, among others, and CEO Brian Moynihan is worth listening to, and you can get him on YouTube and elsewhere. He talks about slimming down back office. He's boosting customers' support in the branches to sell people things, but he's cutting back on back office stuff, and he makes it very clear that back office is an expense, only an expense, and anything they can do to cut that back is good for everyone involved. So Bank of America is a good investment. I have some, and I think that it's a worthy one. I'm not saying it's the right one, but as Peter Drucker famously said, the important thing is not to do things right. The more important thing is to do the right things. And cost cutting and slimming is one of those things. And of course, we're in a fortunate time when unemployment is low. So when people are released for this reason or reduced in authority and job position and pay, this is the time where it's easier to reposition people all over the United States in the strength of our economy. That doesn't mean it's good, but it's better than if we were in a different kind of environment. But I do think it's important, if you're an investor, keep an eye out for people that talk about cost reduction. If they're not talking about it, I recommend you consider not investing in them, because that's where the payoff pitch is. As Drucker says, of the 7 areas of innovation, process innovation is the most productive and the simplest to achieve. You can see it at Walmart. Walmart, what do? Well, they have self-checkout, yes, but they also have curbside, which means they free up their valuable parking spaces near the store by having people come to curbside. And now they're opening one of their first stores that is just curbside. Smaller, more compact, more focused, and of course cheaper, because you don't have to worry about shrink or on either side of things with employees or with customers, because it's delivered to the car in total. That's 1.5%. That's a big number in the retail world. 1.5% of sales saved. Plus, of course, the other thing about it, it's automatically paid, so people aren't going into the store with all of the costs of that. Not only checkout, but being there, keeping things under control, watching the inventory, what's missing and what's because it's been bought and what's not. Because, of course, once it's on curbside, it's automatically deducted from inventory. Much to be said about that, just like the situation at McDonald's with the automatic service. So when looking at this is more prosaic and more basic, but it's like in golf. You drive for show and you putt for dough. The putting is cost cutting. Thank you from Simply, and I hope this helps you in thinking about investments. This is not the only thing to look at, of course, but it's an important thing. Thank you again.